From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. 3 workers who were trapped in a remote northern BC mine have been rescued.
Red Chris mine operator Newmont Corporation says the 3 men were safely brought to the surface at about 10:40 p.m. yesterday. The men, who are contractors for BC-based high-tech drilling, were said to be in good health and spirits after being trapped underground by 2 rockfalls on Tuesday morning. The company says in a statement that the rescue effort was carefully planned and meticulously executed. Newmont says the workers were being supported by medical and wellness teams and that their families had been notified. David Bowles, The Canadian Press.
Dozens of demonstrators turned out after an Ontario Superior Court justice acquitted 5 former members of Canada's World Junior Hockey team of sexual assault. Now, the groups gathered outside the London, Ontario courthouse Thursday evening, including Jessica Bonilla-Damptey. The director of the Hamilton and Area Sexual Assault Center says, since the verdict didn't go the way of the complainant, the show of support was uplifting. Now, the ruling came roughly 7 years after the incident that led to the charges. That was an encounter that took place in a hotel room in the early hours of June 19, 2018. Federal aid is expected soon in Saskatchewan as the province deals with more than 50 wildfires. Marlo Pritchard of the Saskatchewan Public Safety Agency says 300 firefighters with the Canadian Armed Forces are expected to start fighting the blazes on Saturday. The agency had previously refused to ask for federal help, saying Ottawa didn't have what Saskatchewan needed. Pritchard says the fires are less volatile than they were a month ago, and it's now safe for crews with lower levels of training to do the mop-up work. Now onto the international stage, where Prime Minister Mark Carney is accusing the Israeli government of failing to prevent a rapidly deteriorating humanitarian crisis in Gaza. In a social media post, Carney says Israel's control of aid distribution must be replaced by a comprehensive provision of humanitarian assistance led by international organizations. He also called on both sides, Israel and Hamas, to negotiate an immediate ceasefire in good faith. Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand is set to attend a UN conference next week in New York on the issue of a 2-state solution. And finally, from the entertainment file, Molly Gordon and Logan Lerman embark on a romantic getaway that goes south in the dark comedy Oh Hi. The new film is written and directed by Sophie Brooks, and she says there is nothing desperate about wanting to have love.
We have a culture where a man looking for love is viewed as romantic and a woman looking for love is viewed as desperate. And I think that's really unfair, because I think all people want love and connection, romantic or otherwise, and there's nothing desperate about wanting that. It's quite beautiful and brave.
The film is in theaters today. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Ernie Clement and Joey Loperfido hit back-to-back home runs in the 6th inning to help the surging Toronto Blue Jays rout the slumping Detroit Tigers 11-4. The AL East leading Blue Jays have won 19 of their last 24, while the AL Central leading Tigers have lost 10 of 11. The Seattle Mariners have acquired first baseman Josh Naylor from the Arizona Diamondbacks. The 28-year-old from Mississauga, Ontario, is batting .292 with 11 homers and 59 RBIs this season. Canada's Leila Fernandez advanced to the quarterfinals of the City Open Hardcourt Tennis Tournament. She posted a 6-3, 1-6, 7-5 upset win over the top-seeded Jessica Pegula of the United States. Up next, she'll face American Taylor Townsend in the quarterfinals. And the NHLPA says the 5 players acquitted of sexual assault in the high-profile London, Ontario trial should be allowed to resume their NHL careers. That's after the league said they would be ineligible to play while it reviews the judge's findings. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.